Alright, this is Brad H. from Game of Thrones. I got another war recap to go through here. Pretty uneventful war in terms of matchup. These guys were just farmers, but that's a pretty good basis, so at least we got to practice some attacks. And featuring a lot of actually ground attacks, a lot of GoVaHo and GoVaLoon, at least on the Town Hall 9s. Start out with actually a new member, Vern, on 20. He had a 6-star war, so I want to show one of these attacks. You can see he's going to have, looks like 2 golems here with Valks, Hogs. So GoVaHo. And let's see how he goes about 3-star on this base. So you got the CC pool here with a couple of giants, or 1 giant and some hogs. Sometimes it's dangerous to, if he were to pull that, draw it all the way out and then kill it. So he's going to start his attack and at least kill it where he wants. So he's pulling it out and he's going to poison it all the way down here at the bottom, as opposed to doing it closer to the town hall, while he's in the middle of his attack. So, once he's killed the CC, he's going to send in the Valks to take out the Archer Queen. And to take out some of the core defenses as well. Been noticing a lot of heal spells in there with Rage. Really does a lot of damage there pretty quickly. And then he's going to do Surgical Hogs here all the way around this base. So a really nice way to keep your heroes alive. Notice the Archer Queen has basically full life. King probably didn't go exactly where he wanted to, but actually it's going to help in this particular attack. It's going to clean up some of these outer defenses. So anytime you can keep your queen alive specifically, that's always a plus. He's got a ton of cleanup hogs, and all the defenses are down in this base. So nice attack there. A nice 6-star war for Vern. I believe he just joined. So it's a nice way to start off with back-to-back 3 stars in your first or second war. All right, next attack here is going to be Archer Queen Healer Walk by War King on number 18. He's been doing a lot of these. I've shown several of them. They're always fun to watch. If you're a Town Hall 9, these are and you have good heroes, this is an attack you should be considering practicing. I'm practicing them now on Town Hall 10s, and it does take a while to get used to where you got to drop, what you need to take out, how to make your queen go to where your mini attack is going to end up, and then obviously the air part of it. So it's definitely something that takes a little practice getting used to. So he's got 3 healers here for his queen. Had to use his ability there relatively early. A couple wall breakers, and he's going to use this jump spell to get, I'm guessing probably where this crossbow is. Yep, there we go. So and then he's got it, if you notice, to where it's going to go into the town hall, but the purpose of that is to get the Archer Queen. So again, holding the king back, letting the golem being targeted by the dragon. It's going to save his king some life. Notice the king passed right by the dragon. Dragon's still hitting the golem for a bit, and is killed by the Archer Queen. So, and then now his queen's going to live most likely through the majority of this attack. So he's going to start his lava loon here. And he really only needs 2 rage spells to destroy this base. And War King likes to, especially if there's a drag, to rage his mini attack. He was pretty close to 50% destruction. He pretty much only had to take out the rest of the half of this base once his beginning, before he even dropped any air whatsoever. So pretty much going to overpower the rest of this base. So Archer Queen Healer Walk is definitely something we're seeing a lot of. Not a lot of people are using it on us, and even some of the better wars, but we've gotten to the point now where we have a lot of people who know how to do that attack. So nice attack, 3-star by War King. I'm going to show an attack here by Cal on 15. This is a nice attack. So notice this base is, other than a couple of defenses for Town Hall 9, is pretty well upgraded. Got max heroes for Town Hall 9, and then a lot of the core defenses, air defenses, crossbows and whatnot are max for the level. So got to have a good plan for this base. Let's see how he goes about doing it. You can see he's got a shattered, looks like GoVaHo. So he's getting rid of the trash buildings, so his heroes don't wander. Going to use wall breakers to get his golems. Excuse me, he has 3 golems in this attack. Thought it was a shatter, but he's got 3. So again, King is following his Archer Queen. That's the way you want it done. Rages his mini attack. Going to keep his heroes alive much longer by doing that. Going to get him all the way into the core here. And then he's going to start his surgical hog attack over here. Giants distracting the point defenses, which are actually already distracted by that golem. And just slowly going to pick apart this base by dropping a giant. And then hogs. All those hogs need is just a split second of distraction. And then well-timed heal spells. I'm going to group them all together here. Still has his queen ability. Lost some hogs there to those double bombs, but he's got a couple more here that are going to make it through it. Last heal spell is going to keep these hogs alive, and as you can see, it's just cleanup. So nice solid 3-star and a really tough base in terms of the defenses. So he planned his attack around those double bombs pretty well, was able to avoid them for the majority. So nice attack there by Kalior. Alright, got a Town Hall 9.5 and Drogo on number 14. Again, high level heroes, obviously anti 3-star with a centered CC and offset Town Hall. So a little bit of everything planned here. Got some golems. I'm guessing he probably has 3. He might have a hound in the CC. I haven't actually watched this attack yet. You got wizards, hogs, valks, and loons. So obviously thought this one through pretty good. Really wide mini attack here with these 3 golems. Getting rid of all, essentially this whole west side and almost into the south side as well. So he doesn't have a king in this attack because it's upgrading, but he's got 1 extra spell because he's a Town Hall 10. Going to heal those Valks in there. And then got some hogs. The purpose here is to take out that air defense, so he's, once that air defense down, again, he's going to drop these loons behind it. You actually can get this other air defense with these hogs as well. So 2 spells with a handful of hogs, and he's going to get a lot of bang for his buck there. Going to make it all the way to that air defense and kill it as well. So really, really creative attack. I love watching attacks like this. He certainly could go about this base with your, GoVaHo balloon attack, but I think this is a much safer attack in terms of, the way to approach this base. So nice attack there, Drogo. Really like that one. All right, we got 2 Town Hall 10 3-stars this war. One of them's mine, so get a little bit more in depth just because sometimes I don't know what other people were thinking in terms of how they were going about this base. So this is a stupid layout for one. This base is asking for a 3-star attempt. This is our first try on this base. basically I have 6 golems. Got one in the CC, got wizards, and my thought process was to be able to spread basically around all the way from the north to the east side with golems, with wizards in a giant line, and then eventually jump spell here. And then, as you can see, I have a heal spell and 5 hogs. And the plan was either to, I know that my golems and my attack is going to eventually at least make it to here with a good bit alive and to here a good bit alive. And it was just a matter of where do the heroes flow from there. So I was either going to drop my hogs here because there's not really any place for any significant bombs, and I can get 5 defenses at once there, or potentially in this spot here, because that wizard tower is a little bit concerning, and I don't have to worry about the infernos, messing with my heal spell. So that's at least what I was thinking. Doesn't quite go like that, so I had to kind of adjust on the fly, as you can see by watching this and how it goes. They didn't have very many dragons in their Town Hall 10 CC, so that kind of threw me off. I probably should have used my rage spell a little bit earlier here. I only had 1. I lose a good bit of my golems, at least in the center part of this attack. So the jump spell becomes a little bit worthless, and you'll see here how this happens in a second. So the king, I was not expecting him to go that way, to be honest. I was expecting him to go into the core and take out the infernos, and then I would clean up with hogs in the backside. So I'm going to show you kind of what I do and what I was thinking. So here, one thing I noticed was that my queen most likely, well, I know she's going to take down this archer queen because I still have my ability. These wizards are still going to do some work down here on this side. So because this part of my attack was nowhere close to helping here, I wanted to be able to use my hogs here. Since some of these defenders are going to be distracted by these golems, I'd be able to keep my hogs alive a little bit longer without having to heal them. So Archer Tower isn't even shooting them yet. The cannon won't be either. Obviously, I had to use my heal spell there because of that bomb. So basically able to keep my king alive there a little bit longer by dropping them over there by those golems and that king. So freeze that inferno because I didn't want to have to go after 2 infernos once my cleanup was done. And as soon as that Archer Tower and cannon were distracted, I dropped my minions. I knew I would need a little bit of everything on this attack at the end. Very confident in the 2-star, and then I was pretty sure I could 3-star it as well. Just wasn't quite sure how it was going to happen. In a base like this with kind of stuff everywhere, you never know quite where the troops are going to go. So at this point, I know the 3-star is inevitable. Still have king ability, still have 1 freeze. So definitely was not exactly how I planned it in terms of where I thought the troops would go, but thought it was pretty well executed on the fly in terms of adjusting. Just free spell for good measure. So, and then our last attack is from one of our fearless leaders, Revo. Obviously fully maxed Town Hall 10 in terms of defenses. So nice golem spread here. Basically has the whole east and west side taken care of with Wiz. And it's going to send his main attack straight up the center with a peak with a P.E.K.K.A. Obviously, he 3-starred this. If I would have, I still like to put the Archer Queen down first, just because she can't be hurt, and then the Barb King. So at this point, he's all out of spells. King's going to do a lot of damage, though. It's really good pathing for the majority of his core golems. Kept him in front all the way to the end of the center part. And then the wizards are still behind those golems there. So Queen is dead. Excuse me, not dead. The ability is dead. So just kind of hoping and praying at this point. He's still got a minion in his pocket. Once this AD goes down and potentially this Archer Tower goes down, then that minion becomes very valuable. So you can see that's going to be pretty dang close. So if that Archer Tower doesn't go down, it's not a 3-star, but it does. And that's a solid attack. So that was going to be either a really, really high percentage 2-star or a 3-star. So great attack by Revo. Nice 5-star war for him. And that's it. So put a pretty good hurting on these guys. They weren't much for attacking, but got to be able to practice some different strategies. So that is the latest war recap that I have to offer. Thank you for watching.